Now that you've downloaded CS5, you've gotten a program with that called Bridge. Bridge is a really interesting program because it's not a software, it's basically an interface. What do I mean by that? An interface is a way to look at something that already exists. In this case, Bridge is looking at our desktop, computer, hard drive, users, my name, and my desktop. And these are all the files currently on my desktop. What it means is that it's not a piece of software like Photoshop where you import a photograph, work on the photograph, and then save it back to the desktop. It is your desktop. But it helps us organize and it helps us make something called contact sheets, which is how you're going to hand in all your homework when you do your shoots. So it's very important that you pay attention to this tutorial. There's also a PDF of the how-to step-by-step make a contact sheet using Bridge. Let's talk about getting your pictures off your camera. First, you're going to plug your camera into your computer using the USB cord that came with it. Some cameras have a button that does automatic upload to your computer. I don't want you to use that feature because it's not going to allow you to control where the pictures go. The important part about Bridge is staying organized, so we're going to import our photographs using Bridge and place them in a very specific place on my desktop. So let's do it together. You're going to go up here to File. You're going to drop that down and you'll see Get Photos from Camera, which is exactly what we're doing. You'll click on that and it'll bring up this screen. It takes a few moments, but it'll tell you what camera you're using. I'm using the Mark II. You should see the Rebel or whatever camera you're using, and then all the photographs on you're currently on the card in your camera. What you're going to do is just check all, which I've already done. That way you download everything there. But the very important part, and the reason why we really like Bridge, is over here. Save options. We can choose where we place the pictures. I really recommend a professional workflow placing your pictures on your desktop to stay organized. So let's do it together. I'm going to hit choose. This is my saving destination of these photographs. Go to my desktop. If you're on a PC, the layout is very, very similar. What we're trying to avoid is putting all your photographs into your pictures folder because that's very confusing. You're going to hit new folder and I'm going to call this assignment 1 and hit create. So I'm on assignment 1, I hit choose, and then I'm going to export all my photos from my camera onto this folder on my desktop. So I'm going to hit get photos, and you should see the screen telling you that I'm copying 44 images off my camera onto my computer in that folder called assignment 1. It's important that you stay organized, place all your folders in one singular folder, probably named after the course, and then each individual folder should be each assignment. And that will keep you really, really organized and together for the rest of the semester. Alright, when it's done, basically, you'll find that all your pictures end up on your computer. Let's take a look. So here I am on my desktop, and what I'm going to do is look for that folder, and there it is, assignment number 1. So if I click on assignment number 1, I can now see every single picture that I took. And there you are. The next thing that we're going to do in Bridge is batch rename our files. And this is really important because this really keeps us organized. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the photographs in the folder, and I'm going to do that by clicking on the first one, holding down Shift, and highlighting all of them. Once I have all the images selected, I'm going to go over here to Labels. I'm going to go over here, Tools, Batch Rename, and you're going to get a screen that looks something like this. I'm going to leave rename in the same folder because I'm not interested in duplicating the files, I just want to name them. I'm going to sequence them. I always sequence things in 3 digits in case I have 100 or more photographs. So we're going to start our sequencing with 1, and you'll see that this is what's happening. It's coming from being labeled this to going to being labeled this. I'm also going to go over here and I'm going to add text, and I'm going to call this our first assignment, when our first assignment is speed of light. And that's how you're going to label each one of these after the assignment. So you'll see I have, this is file 001, speed of light, and I'm using a raw file, which is CR2, but yours should say TIFF or JPEG. So okay, that's good. I'm going to hit rename, and you're going to see that magically all the files in my folder are changed to this appropriate title of speed of light. So this is very efficient to stay organized. So I'm seeing these images are in assignment number 1. They're called speed of light, and that's how you're going to be able to tell me which images that you thought were successful or unsuccessful later in the semester. When you send me a document, you'll say, oh, I thought image 001 speed of light was very successful, and I'll be able to reference your contact sheet. But we'll talk about contact sheets next, because that's how you're going to submit all your homework for this semester when I ask you to give me your entire shoot. You're not going to give me 100 photographs. What you're going to do is give me a PDF with your photographs. So let's get started on making a PDF contact sheet in Bridge. So we've been in Film Strip, which has worked very well for importing our photographs and batch relabeling them. What we want to do now is we're going to go over here to Output. When you click on Output, what you're going to do is get a screen that allows us to make a PDF from all the images in your folder. Here you go, a right-hand column has changed, and you'll see the option of PDF. We're going to click on that. And it has a couple of drop-down menus that we need to set. There is a PDF handout in the assignment sheet of how to do this. So if you're confused, just reference that, and it gives you step-by-step directions of how to do this. It's the same method that I'm using the tutorial, it's just printed, and you'll find that back in the lesson. So over here, our document is US paper and letter, that's correct. Our quality is 300 ppi, which we now know is appropriate for printing, so we're going to leave that. So this is good, US paper, 300 ppi. I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to go over here to my layout button. The layout button is where we're going to decide how many thumbnails, how many small photographs ends up on a single sheet. I'm going to stick with columns 4 across and rows 5. This will allow you to space them so I'll see them, but not to put so many sheets in, because you're going to be shooting about 100 pictures each assignment. So that looks good. And I'm not going to click any of these auto spacing or rotate for best fit. I'm just going to let them be the way they are on the contact sheet. Finally, in the drop-down menu for overlays, what I want to do is make sure that my file name is checked on. This means the batch relabeling that you just did, where it says speed of light, will be visible on the PDF contact sheet. If you don't have that checked on, I won't be able to know what assignment the pictures are from or which images you're talking about if you write me a written statement referencing back to a file name. So make sure in overlays you have file name on. And that's it. Then we're going to generate this PDF. Now that I've got everything complete and my settings correct, I'm going to hit Save, which is going to bring us to our desktop or ask us where we want to put this file. So here we are. I'm going to call this, because it is speed of light. And you'll notice that I'm putting underscores between my words and not spaces or symbols. I'll talk about that more as the semester goes on, but you really cannot put anything other than underscores between words. Spaces confuse the computer. So speed of light, and I'm going to save it into the folder that I've created for this course, which I've asked you to do. So I'm going to scroll down, find my Intro to Photo class, and hit Save. And that's going to place my brand new contact sheet inside the folder for this course. And you'll see this generator come up, and when it's complete, we'll see the thumbnails on an 8x10 PDF, which that's what you're going to submit to me. Not the actual photographs, just the PDF. That's all I want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to find that PDF. Rather than moving and closing Bridge, I'm going to go here and show you a little more about how it's an interface. I'm going to go to my desktop, right, because that's where we are. Once I'm on my desktop, I'm going to look for this Intro to Photo class, which is here. And then in it should be one file, and it is our contact sheet. And there you are. So this is what a contact sheet looks like. A contact sheet is essentially small thumbnails, little text underneath of a file name, and that's what you're going to submit to me. Just a PDF, not a bunch of photographs. So this is it. That's how to make a contact sheet in Bridge, and now you know how to get through the rest of the semester. When I say please submit your entire shoot, I mean please submit a contact sheet of your entire shoot. Do not submit the entire shoot's files. Great.